Welcome everyone back to the UK Journeyman Save. In today's episode we have two games in the Premier League. We're at home to Manchester City in the Manchester Derby, and then we are away to Spurs as well. As you can see, we are very much within a title race. We are currently sitting second in the league, 12 games in, so we've got 2 games in hand over, league leaders Chelsea. We're 2 points behind with plenty of goal difference. Sorry, I'm always burped in these videos. Since you last left us, which I think was Besiktas Arsenal, we've gone on a very nice run. We beat in the league Wolves, Sunderland, Brentford and Mansfield all back to back. We then had a bit of a weird result against a 2-1 loss against Birmingham, is what it is. In the Europa League as well, we beat Hajduk Split 6-2. We drew 2-2 away to Malmo, obviously with a pretty rotated side. And then with a kind of half-rotated side, we beat Lille 2-0 away. So that means in the Europa League, we're still in the top 8. So we're still looking very good to qualify straight through to the round of 16. Just 3 more games there. Don't need to really show you anything else there. I think we're good to go. In terms of transfers, obviously we are still waiting for the January transfer window. There isn't really anything being done either way. I don't think there's any deals in the making. I think we put in a bid for him, but then didn't end up doing it. Yeah, we've got a couple of players joining us, which I guess we can look at now. Lincoln Richter, I think we talked about him, youngster from Newcastle. He joins us on the 1st of Jan for 7.5 million, but 32.5 in add-ons. And then HAALAND Lamani, a 20-year-old wonder kid, joins us for £13 million on the dot. He's a striker currently playing for Young Boys in Switzerland. He's 6'6" and a wonder kid, so that's exactly the kind of backup you want. Would be a great addition to it. So maybe the next HAALAND. So this is the team we're going with for the game against City. We're obviously in really good form, very much in a title race, so we need to keep that up. And we've got 2 very tough tests today to do that. We've got Torres in goal, back 4 of Malik Estrada, who's now shown as a 4-star player. What signing he was. Only £17 million, and now he's one of the world's best centre-backs. I know how to pick him. Pearson next to him, he's up to 3 stars as well. He keeps improving. I don't think we need to do a lot to this squad. I think we just need to improve the depth slightly. But honestly, I think this team's good enough to win the league and the Champions League now. I really do. We've got Bellingham and Ngoma in midfield. Jakob on the right. Benziga on the left, who's definitely starting to pop up with more goals and assists. HAALAND and Garcia, as Paddy Moore is just a little bit unfit, so he's going to drop to the bench. So Garcia and HAALAND up front. But Garcia, actually our top goal scorer with 10 goals so far. Now, some of them have come in the Europa League, but he's 4.5. He's world class now, and we signed him for 15 million. Yeah, we are cooking with the transfers. We really are. HAALAND, he's starting to hit the ground running as well. He's starting to get some goals. 3 goals in the league in 11 appearances, so he's starting to pop up more as well. He scored a few in other games as well, in the cup games and Europa League and things like that. So, well, mostly just Europa League because we went straight out of the League Cup. So yeah, obviously we will be entering the FA Cup in January as well in the 3rd round. We're probably not going to show you anything this season of the FA Cup because we have already won the FA Cup. So it'll probably just be either the final or probably nothing because we'll probably go out before then. But if we do get to the final, then I guess we'll show the final at the end of the season. But I think at this point now, the main focus is the league. Obviously, we are still in the Europa League. It would be really nice to win the Europa League, but it can't be our main focus. We've got a chance to win the Prem. This team hasn't won the Prem since the 12-13 season, was it, under Fergie? I know it was Ferguson's last season. I don't know if it was 12-13 or 13-14. I can't remember the years exactly, but it was around that time. And some of the names that won that Premier League is crazy. It's like Tom Cleverley, I mean that alone. Anderson, yeah. Wow. Shinji Kagawa, I think, was in that team who won the league as well. I thought he was going to be a right baller. Never really seemed to work out. But Ngoma plays a really weird ball to HAALAND, who's against his former club. He'll be dying to score today. But Jude Bellingham's got one. I mean, there must have been about 20 players offside in that build-up. I don't know if it's going to stand. Jude Bellingham's finished it. They've got a lot of complaints. I think it's probably going to get disallowed. There was a number of players, offside. I think it was probably HAALAND himself that was offside. I don't know exactly who was offside, but it all just kind of happened in a flash. and he definitely seemed to be offside. But yeah, Haaland against his former club where he spent many a year in game. Obviously, in real life, he spent quite a few years there now, but in the game, he's obviously spent a lot more time there, scored a lot of goals. Got to be like their top scorer probably of all time. Maybe, I'm not sure if he'd have surpassed Aguero, but I would assume he has. But he'll be dying to get himself a goal here against his former club in the Manchester derby. That would really, really stick it to the citizens. They're going for a weird formation. I think City are... I don't know if they won the league last season, but they definitely improved. So they sacked Pep in one, and I think the season before last. Then they got Luis Enrique in, and I'm pretty sure they finished like second or third or something, but they'd finished like ninth or something. They'd finished below us the season before, and we finished like eighth that season. So yeah, they definitely improved. They got straight back in the top four. We finished sixth, but it's fine because we're in a title race now. We took slightly longer to get back to a good position with United, but we have done. Garcia's scored. I think he might have been offside as well. If we could stay onside, we'd be 2-0 up here. It's good to see that we've got so much attacking intent and we're finishing off chances, but we just can't stay onside. It was a good ball from Haaland in behind, really good play, but Garcia, again, just offside slightly, and it does remain 0-0. But it seems a pretty even game. If you include our offside goals, our XG would be a lot better. I always think XG is a bit weird, isn't it? Because you've just scored 2 offside goals, which clearly, state there's a bit of a weakness there that you are going to concede. But it doesn't really count for anything because it's offside, so it's illegal, isn't it? But Benfica floats one in, well cleared by the City defence, but Jakob can play it back to Benfica, who is brought down in the box, nothing given. Patrak into Ngoma, who goes for distance, rattles the bar, no one there to follow up with it, unfortunately, and City can get clear, but we are straight on the front foot once again. Bellingham into, I think it was Ngoma, into Garcia, but nothing came of it. 0-0 at the half, wouldn't be the worst result, to be fair, to get a point against City, but I think we are very much on top, the better side. I think we should be going for the jugular to try and get the win because we definitely we can win this game. Like I say, stats-wise, it's been even, but from what we've seen on the highlights, we are definitely the better side. And they've got players who just aren't very good anymore, like Branthwaite. He's like a 2-star defender. We should be roasting these kinds of players, but it doesn't seem to work like that. City whip one in, cleared. I think Garcia got it away. I was hoping there wasn't going to be a handball there. I was getting very nervous. Larson into a City player. I thought that had beat Torres, but it did get past him, but it also went past the goal. So not to worry. But yeah, we are definitely still suspect to conceding a goal, even if it's not against someone too great. The striker's not having the best of games by the looks of it. The problem is Paddy Moore is injured, so I don't really want to bring him on. But if nothing changes by the 70th, if we haven't scored, then I think we'll have to risk it even with the injury. But Benfica with a corner could hopefully make my job a little bit easier if someone can get their head on it. They don't, but it does fall to Jakob, who plays it back to Benfica, back to Jakob, who's just got to curl one. Oh, he does. Batista Jakob curls one. It's United 1, City 0. A lovely goal there from the set piece. We won the seconds. We got ourselves back in a good position. That's a lovely curling effort from Jakob, and that makes my job a little bit easier because I don't have to risk bringing Moore on when he's injured. Haaland and Garcia can stay on. 15 minutes left. I'll be very happy if it just stays like this. Just get the 3 points. And I think this will take us back to top of the league. We've kind of been on top of the league and then second, and we kind of drop. We keep kind of dropping positions, but it's not because we're losing games. It's just because we did lose the Birmingham game, but it's just because other teams are playing games ahead of us. We've got 2 games in hand, so we are in a fantastic position. Bellingham into Jakob. Lovely ball over the top to Benfica. Oh my word, what a finish that is. First time effort from Benfica. Hopefully he's onside. I didn't get a good look at it that time. It has been awarded. He was onside. And Benfica, that is a brilliant finish. Really, really good. We'll make a couple of subs now. Guilhem can come on for Ngoma. As you can see, Guilhem much more proficient in that role now. Mora can come on the left. Do we not have a right winger? Yeah, we do. There we go. Carito, almost missed him there. He can come on. Shea Charles can come on for Bellingham, and Malik can come on for Marty. So we'll do all 5 subs with 10 minutes to go. Just freshen the legs up. Hopefully not disrupt the side too much. I mean, this is a highlight, but the subs haven't gone through, so we can't blame the subs if they score here. But we'll keep our eye on it. Obviously, we've got a few tired legs, and that's well won from Haaland in the middle. Garcia racing forward, got a few men in front of him. Can he pick one out? Goes backwards to Ngoma, plays in Haaland. He has to be offside, though. The linesman's got his flag up. He has put it in the back of the net against his old club, but I'm 100%, well, 99% sure this is going to get ruled off for offside. He looked a mile offside. Yeah, it has been given. Offside, fair enough. VAR rule it out. It looked offside. It looked a mile offside. Unfortunately, Haaland didn't get his goal against his former club, but he's still on the pitch. There's still time. The subs have gone through, and it's a ball whipped in from Haaland, and he may not have scored against his former club, but he is going to assist. The goalkeeper's come for it. Ended up in no man's land, and Garcia has another goal to his name. It's United 3, City 0. And I think this is a big, big statement victory. This shows you we are a very good side now. We have taken our time. We've put trust into some of the younger players to grow, get better. We didn't go out and spend 100 mil on every position. We only spent big money on 2 positions. I think it was Malik was 80 mil and Mua was 100 mil. Other than that, I mean, we spent, 15 on Garcia, 17 and a bit on Estrada. These are not big sums. These are the sort of... We could have done these deals at Mansfield if we'd had the money. You know, it wasn't that... or if we'd had the pull to bring them in. So, really happy with that. We do go top of the league and with a game in hand. And the only team who don't have a game in hand on us are City, who are 8 points behind, who we've just beaten. So, that's really good stuff. We don't have long to wait now, though, before we have another tough test against 5th place Spurs. But that's very, very good. We paid PSG 2.5 million. Financially, we are in a bit of a rough spot. We are 61 million already in December. So, yeah, and we've got more signings coming in. So, we are, struggling a little bit. We were looking at signing Nuno Mendes, but I'm honestly kind of not going to now. I think we probably don't need him. No, we've done really well. Right, let's go play Spurs and hopefully make it 2 wins out of 2. So for the second game, we are playing Spurs. It's the same 11, except Paddy Mua comes in for Haaland now that he's over his little injury. It wasn't a big injury, it was just a little one. So he's back in. He's not fully fit, so we may not see out the whole 90 minutes, but we obviously got a really good bench option in Haaland now to bring on if we need to. So we're going with this team, and hopefully we can keep up what was a very good first game performance into this second one. They do have Matthias Tell, who is actually someone I was looking at in the summer. He's like a 4-star current ability player, so he definitely could cause us some problems. But yeah, he was someone I was looking at in the summer. Archie Gray's brother, Harry Gray, I think it is playing for Villa in this save, and he's wanted by like Real Madrid now. So he clearly, maybe we should be keeping an eye on him in real life, because he looks like he's going to be a top player, but obviously you never know what could happen in real life with how things work out. But anyway, we are in the attack, 13 minutes on the clock. Pearson plays it to Bellingham. Spurs pressuring us, but not too tightly. We can play out here. Bellingham in possession. He's going to go himself, I thought, Bellingham, but he plays it off to Ben Seeger, who tries to whip one in. It was a decent save from McKenna in the Spurs goal. Goes out for a corner, nothing happened. Looks like Garcia's picked up a bit of a knock, so we'll we'll keep an eye on him and make sure it's nothing serious. But Spurs going forward themselves. That's poor from Ngoma, I think it is, in the middle, just letting his man run round him. Should be getting a tackle in there. And Spurs playing it behind. It's poor defending again on the left-hand side. Patrak letting him through. Spurs have a shot, but thankfully it's crowded out and we managed to get a block in, and then on the clearance, Mu was fouled, which gets us up the pitch. But that was a worrying position. We are obviously, I think we are a really good side now, but we are still very much capable of getting beat. We're not a team that's ever going to go unbeaten, I don't think. I just don't think that's going to be the way we win anything. It's not going to be unbeaten runs. I think it's going to be just winning enough games. You know, we don't draw a lot. So, yeah, I think we might lose more games than the average title-winning side, but I don't think we're going to draw many games at all. But at the minute, it is a draw. It's been probably fairly even XG-wise. It slightly favours Spurs, but we've had a couple more chances, so hard to say, really. I mean, we've had all the corners, which means we've probably had efforts being saved and things like that. So, hard to say, really, but still 0-0, and nothing else really to show for it in that half. We are probably going to take off Garcia because he's got a knock. I don't know how serious it is, and it might be hampering him. So we're going to bring Haaland on. Ben Seeger's going to have to come off as well. He's absolutely shattered. So Gilberto Mora, who is a bit of an unhappy bunny on and off, to be fair. We've got a couple of unhappy players. Mora's one of them. He keeps wanting a new deal, but he's on 105 grand a week, which isn't crazy money compared to some of the rest of the squad, but he's like a second choice left winger now. And honestly, it's the kind of player where if we had, I thought HAALAND scored. I thought he'd come off the bench and just scored straight away. Oh no, Tell's through. He's got a man on the left as well. Oh, nothing happened, thank God. He's the kind of player where if we got another left winger of a similar ilk to Ben Seeger, a bit more of an actual attacking winger rather than a number 10 out wide, then I'd very much like to move him on, but we just don't have that at the minute. So we've not really seen enough from Carrito, and he can only play on the right. So it's a bit of a risk to try and sell him. So yeah, we kind of just keeping him about. Marty's also unhappy. He wants to go out on loan, which I think is very weird because he's still very much a player who plays a lot of games still. Like, a lot of them are sub appearances, so maybe he wants to start more games, but he's still playing a lot of games. 70th minutes on the clock, nothing really happening, so we will make a couple subs to try and liven up the game. Shea Charles is going to come on, and I guess we will bring Marty on as well, who can show us what he's got. He's going to come on for Malik. Don't really want to take off Jakob, but he's really knackered and he's not having a great game. And that's all our subs. So last subs done, 20 minutes left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5 subs. So what we've got is what we've got, and we've got to try and get a winner. A draw is not a terrible result. We'll definitely take a draw if you offered it me now, because Spurs are a decent side, and they have got themselves a corner. They whip one in. Pearson clears, but only as far as this Suarez, who slides it across. Marcelinho puts it in the net. It's Tottenham 1, United 0. Really not what you want to see so late on in the game, in which we've struggled to score, because now we need to get one back just to equalise the game. Like I said, I would have taken a point, so the fact that they then scored is very disappointing straight after that. But Spurs, with their tails up, playing out, but that's a good tackle from Charles, who plays in HAALAND, who's through, but he inexplicably goes backwards. He just had to turn, and he would have been fine. Carrito with a weird effort from distance. Really, I just no reason to be hitting it like that. He's a mile out, and instead of putting his foot through it, he's tried to like curl it into no one. It's so poor. And but also question marks over HAALAND. He's just got to turn there and get a shot off. Instead, he's going backwards. His legs have gone. His legs have well and truly gone. Patrak, he had Mora there. Mora's there. He just needs to swing it into HAALAND. HAALAND's not there. He had to play it into HAALAND earlier. This is what I mean. I think the depth is what is stopping us from being a top side, because Mora's just got to swing that into HAALAND. HAALAND's got to finish that earlier chance. And Carrito's got to stop being rubbish, because we've paid money for him and he's really not done anything. But yeah, this is disappointing. This is definitely disappointing. Like I say, I think it's been a fairly even game, but we've just not had that killer instinct we showed in the last game. Obviously, Mua coming back from injury didn't really make too much of an impact. He hasn't had the best game, and hopefully we can maybe see something late on. HAALAND, great ball over the top to Carrito. What a time it would be! To get his first goal for the club, or his first league goal anyway. I don't know if he scored. It was a great ball from HAALAND. Very critical of him this game, HAALAND, but it was a brilliant ball. And unfortunately, it does just go wide, and we have lost the game away to Spurs. So really unhappy with that. It's just another weird game for us, but we are at least still top of the league, but it is only a point. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be a very close run affair, this. I really do. We're losing money left, right, and centre as well. We've got players who want to leave. This is on the verge of going bad. I think we need a bit of a clear out in the Jan. I think we need to get rid of some of these unhappy players, and maybe we do sign that Nuno Mendes and just let Marty go. Even if it's just a loan or something, I don't know. We loan him out, loan him in, something like that. Mansfield are up in 9th. Go on, lads. Mansfield are in it. European push. Right, well, we'll leave it there, and I guess we'll just probably come back for the end of Jan. So we'll come back for Chelsea. Maybe, we might play Victoria Pleasant, but we might as well just come back for the end of Jan, because there's nothing really too exciting in December. There's only really the Liverpool game. I guess Newcastle's kind of big. But no, I guess we'll come back for the end of Jan. So we'll either do, I guess we'll just do Chelsea And I think that's our last Europa League game as well, so we'll probably rotate the sides. You can see some different players. So yeah, we'll come back for the end of January. Like I say, we are trying to get through it a little bit quicker now. I've kind of noticed viewership is starting to drop off a little bit on the series as well. Well, a fair bit actually. So I can see that the interest probably in the game itself is not as big this year, but in this series, obviously, it's starting to we're starting to creep up, and the number of episodes will be at 100, episode 100 sooner rather than later. Hopefully not, but we are getting up there. I think it's not far off being the longest series yet, and it definitely will surpass it as the longest series yet. So understandable, obviously, it's a big time commitment to still be watching at this point. So if you are still watching and you've watched the whole way, very big shout out to you. You are a true channel legend. But yeah, I guess we'll come back for Chelsea and this Europa League game against Plizen. And obviously we'll cover any of the January transfer business as well. Hopefully when you come back, we are still in a title challenge and we are still in the Europa League looking to progress. We might have probably played our FA Cup game by then as well. So hopefully all that and more still to come. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the UK Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.